hands. What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? Still a bit under the weather. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I am still a bit under the weather. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Oh my goodness, man. My allergies. Or not even my allergies. I'm just sick. I hate being sick. Let everybody know on what's it called? Are we live? Let me, kind of mute for a second. Yeah, I am still sick, man. I've been going through it this past week, man. Oh my goodness gracious. But we are live to talk about some Smackdown. We are live to talk about some Smackdown. Bro, can I oh, I guess I can't make it bigger over here. Whatever. That's stupid. Alright, what's good with y'all? How are y'all doing? Let me get this up and running. Yeah, this Smackdown was very, this is very interesting. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was, oh man, I don't really know what to fully say about this Smackdown. It was a whole lot of something. I'm gonna be real with y'all. At this point, I'm kind of only just going to SmackDown for Cody Rhodes, man. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't keep doing this with SmackDown. There were some cool moments here and there. Don't get me wrong. There's some little, I don't even want to say cool. There's some neat moments. Chelsea Green's probably going to get another security guard. I made a video over on TikTok. It's likely going to be Piper Nivens. What was it? Yeah, no, there were some cool little moments. Chelsea Green's going to be getting a security guard. It's going to be Tamina most likely. We're going to get MCMG versus DIY, 2 out of 3 falls at Royal Rumble. But the rest of the show was just whatever, man. I mean, shout out to Liv for saving that whole little segment where Tiffany and all them came out. I don't really know what we doing with that. It was whatever, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all too. I made a video a while back talking about Bianca versus Jade Cargill, and I said that Bianca's mic skills were just too much for Jade. I'm starting to second guess what I said, man, because Bianca's mic skills just don't seem like they're it anymore. Maybe that segment just didn't really call for any kind of great mic skills from anybody, I guess, because nobody really showed much of anything. I mean, Liv was still showing her thing off. She was doing her little, her little one. But for the most part, that segment was just kind of whatever. It's just, just them all alluding to they're going to be in the Royal Rumble. Could have kind of just spread that out a bit, though. I feel like it was too many people all at once. And then there wasn't an 8-women's tag match, which I thought was weird unless Raquel's not cleared to wrestle, which I thought she was cleared to wrestle because she's back. I don't know what's going on with that. I guess Angel Garza and Berto and Santos are all going to be faces now? Oh man, I don't know what the heck that was. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That was weird. I'm so confused on why we're making them faces out of nowhere. I mean, I know they had no aura, but dang, I don't think them being faces is gonna give them aura. Them going against DIY is not about to give them aura now. Or maybe it's going against DIY and Pretty Deadly. That's not gonna give them any aura at all. Didn't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over, and y'all got to keep hearing the same thing over and over. But yeah, no, I don't really know the direction we're going with Santos and them, which is weird. But if we're gonna make them face, because I felt like the mid card scene. I mean, I guess now you have Shinsuke as a heel-ish character. I don't really know if he'd be a heel. Kind of just use the mind games against LA Knight. I wouldn't really call that bad by any means, but alright, whatever. But yeah, I guess we need more faces for Shinsuke. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know who the heck Shinsuke is gonna go after next. I'm guessing maybe Damian Priest will be the next big feud for Shinsuke, since Damian is gonna be over there. I don't see him going after the WWE Championship anytime soon. I think whoever takes off of Cody, though, maybe Damian will go after them. I think Randy might end up being the person that does take it off of Cody. So it's very, very possible that we see Randy versus Damian at some point. this year. That could end up being a possible match we see. I don't like what we're doing with Melo. Speaking of Damian, I really don't like what we're doing with Carmelo Hayes. I see people saying that like you got to earn your dues and all that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to earn your dues in WWE, because I seen Seth Rollins get slingshot right to the top. I seen Braun Breaker get slingshot right to 2 IC title reigns within 1 year. I seen Lyra Valkyria get slingshot all the way to the dang top. You don't have to earn your dues. You do not have to earn your dues, especially when you earned your dues in NXT and you was one of the most over stars down there. And I guess you could say that, you know, it's NXT and all that, but you ain't got to earn your dues, in my opinion. Nah, we are a lot closer to Melo being deeper underground than we are to Melo in the bank. Although that is my prediction for 2026, not 2025. I don't think he's going to get it then. I got Dominic Mysterio in 2025. I think Melo could get 2026, but we're going to see a big turnaround from Melo at some point, because this is sad. This is sad, man. I don't know what we doing with Carmelo Hayes. I'm going to be real with y'all. This look nasty, though. This looks so nasty. You see what we doing with Carmelo Hayes. Like, I can't believe he went from an NXT superstar, main eventing, Stand and Deliver, to getting buried almost every single week on Friday Night Smackdown. Goodness gracious, man. This being sick is really, really bothering me. And also seeing Melo just, you know, being buried further and further. But yeah, no, this SmackDown was just whatever, man. It was just another... I'm gonna be real with y'all. This was really hard to get through. This was hard to get through, man. I could not keep doing this. I can't. I can't. We cannot keep doing these 3-hour shows and they just be a whole pack of mid. It cannot be a whole pack of mid. Like, the beginning of the show was decent. You know, it was a cool little promo from Cody. It was better than what he's done within like the past few promos. After that was just whatever. Like, that's the problem. It's like, first match, just there. Not really much to talk about. I don't even remember the first match. I don't remember the first match. Was it the... It wasn't the women's 6-woman... It wasn't the 6-woman tag match. I don't remember what the hell the first match was. It wasn't Gargano versus Apollo. It wasn't LA versus Tama. Now, I don't remember what that first match was, but that's how bad it was. That's how bad the night was, man. When you can't remember what the first match is, and hey, look, my memory is bad and all, but my goodness, man. I don't know what it is right now with SmackDown. SmackDown really has nobody. Really nobody on the show. Everybody's kind of on Raw. You know, you got all your big stars on Raw. SmackDown just has cool folk. We could have done more with Shinsuke. Not really doing much there. You know, I mean, we got to do some promos, but we ain't got him in those storylines. We got him in the Rumble. I don't think we needed that. I don't think Shinsuke should have went down that route. I think Shinsuke could have just been focusing on the U.S. title and making that bigger instead of having everybody, you know, focus on the dang top belts. I said this on my TikTok live earlier, but if we want to bring prestige to the mid-card belts, we need to stop treating them like they're mid-card belts. We need to treat them like they're top belts as well. We need to stop having guys that have the mid-card belts go to the Royal Rumble. That doesn't need to be a thing. We need to have these guys not doing that. We need to have these guys in storylines, possibly having matches at the Royal Rumble instead of competing in the dang Rumble match. In my opinion, it's just stupid. It's just stupid, especially now that we have the Money in the Bank being able to be cashed in on the mid-cards. Why would you ever want to cash in on a mid-carder? Why? There's no prestige around it. For what? You're going to cash in on the mid-carder when, like, WWE treats the mid-carder like a step, like you'd get this and then you eventually get the world title shot. Why would I ever cash on a mid-carder? I'd rather just go cash on the world title and have a, you know, I like, at least I'll be in the main event. Like, I don't like what Shinsuke should not be in that match. And when I make my men's Royal Rumble prediction, I mean, I'm going to have to put Shinsuke there, even though I don't want Shinsuke to be in the match. I'm going to have to put him in the match regardless. And probably one of the IC, like whoever's holding the IC title, if it's Sheamus or if it's Braun Breaker, it might end up being Sheamus. I mean, it might end up being Braun Breaker. Probably going to have to put him in the match as well. Shouldn't be there. They shouldn't. But whatever. Yeah, no, we need to be doing more with Shinsuke, though. I feel like Shinsuke should be in a big storyline right now with somebody. You could do a big storyline with Damian Priest if you want to. Now that you have him over there, you could do a big storyline with. I mean, dang, who else is a face in the mid card division? Apollo. We're not doing that. Gosh, there's nobody in the mid card division that's a face that I could think of. Let's see. We have LA Knight, we have Apollo, Braun Strowman. You probably don't want to do any of those. Bro, that mid card is low key trash. I mean, like, no offense to LA Knight, he's really the only one there who. Man, I'm not gonna lie, LA Knight has been fumbled. LA Knight has been fumbled. There's nothing there. There's nothing. I don't even like I really do not see LA Knight getting back to a world title spot or getting like even close to one. I don't see it anymore. I feel like they've just dropped the ball on LA Knight. I mean, I guess they ran with Jey Uso, so that's cool. But it's like they've done nothing with LA Knight. They got to feed him with Jacob Fatu, I guess. But we're not. Y'all know damn well we are not putting LA Knight over Jacob Fatu. That is just not happening. They are not putting LA Knight over Jacob Fatu. So we done nothing with him. We got the Miz there now, so we might get the Miz versus Shinsuke. But I mean, I guess Shinsuke kind of is a face. I don't know what the heck Shinsuke is, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's a tweener. We do have the Miz there, so maybe we get Shinsuke and the Miz eventually have some kind of storyline. I just, man, I really wish we didn't fumble Shinsuke because he looks so cold, bro. He looks so cold. Like, just being like just the aura right now that's oozing off of Shinsuke is, you can't make this. You can't make this. This is just aura that Shinsuke's got, and it seems like every single time we fumble Shinsuke. And I hate that so much because he's one of my favorite wrestlers on the roster. He's one of my favorite wrestlers just in general. He's so damn cool. And the Kinshasa is one of my favorite finishers, bro. I don't know why. I always love when someone does like a running knee, except for Daniel Bryan. I never care for Daniel Bryan doing it. But like when someone got like a running knee as like their finisher, like the Kinshasa, the V trigger, it's just always so cold, man. It's always so damn cold. But yeah, no, I don't know what we're really that mid-card scene is really, really bad right now. It's really bad. I don't know why we had to see Kevin and Sami Zayn. I mean, Sami Zayn. Kevin and Jimmy Uso. I just literally remember that they main evented. Why did they need to be the main event? Why? It was just cool match. I don't know. You could have put your women's world heavyweight champ. I mean, well, it's not Friday night Smackdowns, but the women's world heavyweight champion, you could have put her in the main event. Could have done that. Could have had that whole segment be at the end. And then you maybe had Tiffany Stratton also be in the match instead of not being in the match. I don't know. That to me is just whatever. Just whatever. I don't know, man. This show was a whole pack of mid. That's all I can really say about it. Like I said, there was a few cool things. The Chelsea Green stuff. She's going to be getting a new security guard. I'm actually pretty excited to see MCMG and DIY in a 2 out of 3 falls. I was low-key like hoping for a different kind of match. Sadly, we already have a ladder match happening with Cody and them, or that would have been really dang cool to see a ladder match between DIY and MCMG. You could just go for like a regular like just Falls Count Anywhere match. That might have been cool. I don't know if we had a tag team Falls Count Anywhere match. I don't know if we have, but that'd be really cool if we could, or like a steel cage match. That'd be pretty cool. I feel like this feud kind of needs something a little bigger because it's got a bit of hatred in there. I feel like you could do a lot more with this feud. I don't know. I guess. Well, actually, a steel cage would have worked because wouldn't they want Pretty Deadly to be kept out of the match? And with DIY manipulating Pretty Deadly, isn't there a very real possibility that they might get involved in the match? Just a thought. Maybe you do a steel cage. That would be better. But 2 out of 3 falls is fine though. I don't mind it at all. You got a little British style in there. That's pretty cool. The ladder match is gonna cook. It's going to cook. Cody and KO is going to cook. They've actually been able to keep this feud to be interesting, which is a shocker because of the fact that this feud has been going on for a minute now. But the fact that they're able to keep it interesting is really, really good. The Royal Rumbles are both most likely going to cook. I think the men's side of things, I'm going to be talking about it on when I end up making a video for YouTube in a couple of days. The men's side of things has 3 potential winners. I have my entire list written down, and I just don't see anybody else winning the match. Like, I spent like the better part of the other day just trying to see what possible route we could go if anybody else won the Rumble. And every single route I went to, somebody gets left off the Rumble that there's no way they're leaving. I mean, not the Rumble. Somebody gets left off of WrestleMania that there's no way they're leaving off of WrestleMania. Like John Cena, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns are going to be at WrestleMania 41. They are going to have a match there. And every single route I went, one of these guys does not end up having a match there, and there's no way you're doing it. Like, there's no way you're doing that. These are all your big money guys. There's no way you're having any one of those 3 not be on the dang match. So yeah, no, I think it's either Cena, Punk, or Roman Reigns that wins the match. I don't know exactly who, because there's like if you follow me on TikTok, I've made like at least 3 or 4 videos now where I've said about potential Royal Rumble winners and like what could end up happening with the story playing out. I think I even I'm talking about it in that Royal Rumble video coming up about how it's potentially you could have Cena go on to win the Rumble. You do the whole Cody Rhodes match if you want to do that. You do the Gunther match if you want to do that. You have Roman Reigns win the Rumble. The only route he's going to is the WWE Championship. He's not doing the World Heavyweight Championship. It doesn't make much sense unless like you do have Gunther retain at Saturday night's main event. You have Roman win the Rumble, and then Gunther challenges Roman. Like Gunther forces Roman to come after him instead of going after Cody. But and I guess you could have Cena win like the Elimination Chamber. That's kind of like the way I came up with. But I don't know. I don't know like what would make Gunther. I mean, it's like it looks kind of like begging of Gunther. It's almost like I need a main event match and you're the only way I can get one. And I feel like that's just a slap in the face to Gunther's character. And it's really just a slap in the face of the World Heavyweight title in general, because we've already made it the number 2 title by having Roman just shit all over it. Like, why would you want to have Gunther now begging to be there? Like, that's just, oh no, that's not good. That's not good for that title at all. So it's literally just Roman versus Cody. And then Punk, you could do Punk versus Roman. I mean, Punk versus Gunther is probably the only route, unless Seth Rollins gets a title at some point. I made a video earlier on TikTok. I said Jay could potentially be Gunther at Saturday night's main event. Then you have Jay lose the title to you have Jay lose the title to to Seth Rollins, and then you have Seth Rollins go on to face CM Punk at WrestleMania. Obviously, now that Seth Rollins has a title, CM Punk would want to face him because he has the belt on him. That could end up happening. But those are like the only 3. Like, you're not having Drew McIntyre win the Rumble this year. Just not gonna happen. Because like if you have McIntyre win and you have him face, let's say let's say he faces Gunther, just for the heck of it. He faces Gunther. Or let's say Jey Uso the champion. It doesn't really matter which one. Roman faces who? Punk faces Seth, no belt. We're not doing that. We already did with no belt at Netflix. Why do I still have these in? I just realized that. I was watching Friday Night Smackdown on my PC, and I had to have my headphones in. But we're not having CM Punk versus Seth for no belt again. We're not doing that. It's got to have a belt this time. Punk's already basically made that clear. And then Cena has a route here, because Cena could always face Braun Breaker and put him over at WrestleMania. But like, again, what do you do with Roman? What do you do with Punk? Not much to do there if Drew McIntyre wins. And it's basically the same thing for every other person in this Rumble. No options to face. Roman and Punk have no other options to face at WrestleMania this year other than somebody with a dang title. Now, if you did have Jay win the belt, I could see the scenario of having Roman versus Jay at WrestleMania. Don't know if I'm really rocking with it. I mean, we already seen it once at SummerSlam, I think. Yeah, SummerSlam. I don't think I need to see the match again. It was a really good match. Really dang good tribal combat match. I don't need to see it again though. I'm fine. I'm fine off of it, especially with like Roman being a face now. Like, what's the thing? I mean, I guess you could say Jay would technically be the tribal chief because he has the belt and all that stuff, but nah, we don't need to go down that route. We don't need to start that whole thing up again of who's the real tribal chief. No. If for some reason you wanted Jacob or Solo to win the Rumble, they're facing Cody? No. I think Jacob versus Cody is too early right now. And Solo versus Cody, we already had like, what, 2, 3, 4 times last year? We're not doing that again. You could potentially have Orton win the Rumble. He would, I think he's at 2 now. He would tie Stone Cold with 3 Rumble wins. You can get number 15. That's pretty cool. But again, what do you do with Roman and Punk? Unless you're going to have one of these two dudes just not be on the Mania, which CM Punk's whole story coming back has been he wants to be the Mania main event. You're not doing that. You're not having Punk not be there. And the thing is, too, you have to have Punk at this one, I feel, being one of the main events, because next year's in Saudi, he's not going to be there. We're not getting CM Punk at the 2026 Royal Rumble. So with that, it has to happen this year. Whatever you're going to do with CM Punk, whether it's facing Seth Rollins, whether it's facing Roman Reigns, or it's just main eventing WrestleMania, you have to have it happen this year. Yes, you could have next year him win an Elimination Chamber, but I think we need to, go back to the original Elimination Chamber ways of having it be one of the champions in the chamber, which that could be the case if you have Jey Uso win the elimination the World Heavyweight title this year. You could have him put the belt up in the Elimination Chamber and have Seth Rollins win it there instead of having another way that I have planned. I'll talk about that in the I'll just tell y'all. The other way having planned was that Jey Uso wins the belt. I said it already, but I didn't say the full thing. Seth would go after Sammy for what Sammy did, and then also Sammy would end up tossing Seth Rollins out of the Rumble, and that's going to cause Seth Rollins to go off the deep end. He attacks Sammy. Obviously, Jay's rocking with Sammy, so he ain't going to allow just Sammy to get beat up by Seth. He's going to go after Seth, and that's going to set up to their match at the Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight title, and that's where Seth Rollins would eventually get the belt from one Jey Uso. So, yeah, we could go that route if we want to. I don't really know. I don't know. This Rumble is weird. This Rumble is really, really weird because there is only 3 guys that can win it. It's just, even like, well, actually, no. I feel like it almost has to be Roman. Because Punk, you still have the route there. You could go with what I said with Jay and all that stuff. Cena, you have the Braun Breaker match. That's fine. Roman, if you don't have him win the Rumble, how the hell does he get to the main event? I mean, like, what match does he have at the Rumble? Like, forget the main event. What match does he have? None. We're not doing Roman versus Punk with no title. We're not going to do anything else. There's nothing to do. If Roman wins the title, I mean, if Roman doesn't win Rumble, he just is not at Mania. There's no match for Roman at Mania if you don't put if you don't have him win the belt. And like, we're not gonna do Roman versus Solo again. Roman versus Jacob, I feel is still a bit too soon because Jacob hasn't really like established himself as anything right now. You're not gonna do Roman versus Tama Tonga or anybody else in the bloodline. I also feel like they just got rid of Tongaloa. I feel like they just got rid of this man, and they're gonna bring in Hikuleo and maybe Zilla or who was the guy that was with Roman a while back? Roman helped him out. It's one of his cousins. I guess he's also signed by WWE as well. Yeah, there's just nobody else there. There's nobody else there. I feel like Roman also almost has to win this Royal Rumble, which means we are gonna likely get Roman Cody Part 3, which is what I predicted a few months ago. At least this time, they're both, nobody's going to get involved, so that's the one good thing. We don't have to worry about any interferences in this match or anything like that, so that's good to see. I think Roman wins this, though. I think Roman wins the Rumble. I'm going to keep, trying to see any other possible routes, but I think that this is the only way you could really go about it. Unless, like I said, you do want to pull the trigger on Roman versus Jacob. I just think it's way too early, man. It's way too early. Sure, there's some buildup already there with like the whole wars between the OG Bloodline and Bloodline 2.0. I just felt there's not like are we gonna do like another tribal combat match? We don't need that. We don't need that. We just had one already. I feel like one a year is probably good. We don't need two within 1 year. So yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't see it. And I think we've had Roman away from title pictures for long enough now. It's been about what, like, I mean, I guess if you're counting from when he actually left WrestleMania, that would be about almost an entire year. He's got to get back in the title pictures at some point. There's no way they're just throwing Roman to the side. This guy has infinite aura. This guy oozes out aura. This guy is one of the, like, you put this guy in a match, and that match should be the main event of any dang show. I'm actually surprised him and Solo did not main event the Raw on Netflix, because that's just how, like, dominant of a wrestler. Like, not dominant wrestler. That's just how big of a figure Roman is at this point. He is the main event. Like, even if he's not the main event, he's the most talked about match of the night. So it's like, you got like it's already been about a year. You got to get Roman at least, even if he doesn't beat Cody, because I don't need him beating Cody. I don't think Roman has to beat Cody at all. I think if you have it happen at WrestleMania, you can have Cody go over. He has to be, like, at least competing for that belt, though. There has to be either a match between him and Cody or a match between him and Gunther at some point, or whoever the heck has, like, the world titles at some point within, like, the next few months. Because if not, you're kind of just... If not, what do you do with Roman? What do you do with Roman? And I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, I'm not a Roman fan by any means. Like, well, I like Roman. He's cool. I'm not like a Roman stan, though, but... The shows need Roman. The shows need Roman because they ain't got much else. They don't. There's nothing else, especially on SmackDown, bro. SmackDown needs Roman. My goodness, it can't just be Cody and KO carrying the whole damn show. It can. Let me tell you right now, bro. Damian Priest's not gonna get it done. All right, Damian Priest is not gonna get it done. Sorry, man. I like Damian. He's cool, but he's not gonna get it done. He's not bringing in anybody. He's not packing out shows, man. He's not making the show more interesting either. You get Roman in there, show gets interesting because you got Paul Heyman there too. You got two top level shit talkers if you really need that, or you got just two guys who just bring in people. Yeah, so you gotta bring them back at some point. And honestly, I feel like that's the only that is the only face versus face feud that I want to see going into WrestleMania. Like, I've seen the thoughts of, like, Io and Rhea going around. I don't want to see face versus face Io Rhea for, like, you're going to build it up for, what, 2 months? I don't want to see that build up. No. Roman and Cody got a lot of history, so it's a bit better. Plus, both these guys are amazing on the mic. Io, the language barrier's there. That's one. And two, they don't really ever do, like, when have you ever seen, like, a face do a promo in their native language ever? Don't really get to see it much. I mean, like, every once in a while, like they'll talk to the crowd, but talking to, like, another person, it's usually, like, from what we've seen from Io, it's her speaking in Japanese as a heel. Don't really get it as a face. Like the backstage stuff, at least, to build stories and all that. So... yeah, no, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see Rhea versus Becky again. I don't need to see Rhea versus any faces. I don't need to see it. Roman versus Cody is fine. There's a lot you can still go through with that whole entire thing. There's so much we could do. And with them both being faces now it's really just about who's the top guy in the company. Like who really does run the show. I'm also getting to a point with WWE as I was looking at when Rhea came in the ring, and then you had Tiffany standing there. You got the WWE Women's Championship. You got the Women's World Championship. I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm just like, I don't need both of these belts. It's the same thing on the men's side too, except I guess like the World Heavyweight title has a bit more credibility because like it was at the top at one point, but I don't need both of these belts. Kind of just it just feels weird. Like, I don't, Because, like, I don't know. There's something about having, like, 2 top belts. Yeah, you have Crown Jewel. I wish they still had Survivor Series. That'd be really cool. But, like, having the 2 top belts for me, I don't care for it. I need 1 belt, and that's it. I need 1 belt, and that's it. I don't need the 2 belts anymore. Especially if you're not ever going to have, like, the 2 top women ever, like, calling each other out, competing against each other. You only have it happen once a year at Crown Jewel. And, bro, let's be honest now. Who really wants to watch Crown Jewel? Who really wants to watch Crown Jewel? I'm tell you right now, I definitely don't. I ain't ever trying to watch a Saudi show ever in my life. And things is filler. I don't even really. I mean, now I gotta watch King of Queen of the Ring because it's, it's important. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch Royal Rumble next year because it's important, obviously. But it's kind of becoming less important with the Elimination Chamber. But I don't think I need the 2 top belts anymore. I think at some point. It's hard with the World Heavyweight Championship because there is so much prestige there with Undertaker, with Edge, with Rey Mysterio, with Triple H, with a lot of the top guys, even John Cena, Randy. But it's like, I don't know, because it's like it always just feels like, or at least right now, it feels like the number 2 title. And if you're not gonna I don't know if Seth Rollins couldn't even make it feel equal. Mainly because Roman Reigns also just slapped it completely in the face. But if Seth Rollins, one of your top wrestlers all time, could not make that title feel equal to the WWE Championship, who can? Gunther couldn't do it after his impressive reign. Gunther had one of the most impressive reigns as the IC title champion, and even he couldn't do it. He could not make that belt feel prestige. Roman Reigns could get it, but then we're going to look at it and be like, Roman, you're going for number 2. Are you declaring yourself as the number 2 guy because you call this the number 2 belt? I don't know. I do hope that because we're potentially going to be having a loosening of like the brands and all that stuff to where people can just kind of, just go between shows, and it's not so, you're stuck on this show, you're only a Friday Night Smackdown star, or you're only a Monday Night Raw star, because like the whole Netflix deal, and Netflix wanting the potential to have anybody that does break out. That is the real reasoning behind it, not because they want to just be able to have stars go over as they please. Maybe that'll help the World Heavyweight title out. It's just, somebody's got to really want the belt. And, in a sense, because people, like even myself, call out Roman for what he did to the World Heavyweight title. But Cody kind of also slapped that title in the belt, or slapped that title in the face, not in the belt, slapped that title in the face as well, because he said the belt that I want to get is the WWE Championship. Like, he made that clear from day one. He didn't say the Universal Championship. He said the WWE Championship. So he also kind of slapped that belt in the face as well. I mean, yeah. And then, as time went on, there were opportunities for him to potentially get into the World Heavyweight title picture. Didn't want to do it. When he won the 2024 Royal Rumble, we couldn't put Cody versus Seth. But that's one of the top 2 belts. Those belts are 1-1A. So why couldn't we put Cody against the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins? Well, because it's not the belt. It's not the belt. And I think that's also my issue with it as well, is that we're trying to call it the 1-1A belt, the WWE Championship, when in reality it's just not. It's just not. It's the number 2 belt. It's the number 2 belt for the guys that just couldn't beat the WWE Champion. And Roman was completely right when he said that, even though it was a slap in the face of that dang title. Now, on the women's side of things, I do need both the belts if you're going to keep, if you're going to keep the World Heavyweight Championship for the men. Was Rhea the first women's World Heavyweight Champion? I guess women's world. They don't even call it the Heavyweight Champion. It's called the Women's World Champion. Wait. Yes, because Tiffany's belt is the WWE. Gosh, these is stupid. These belts have dumb names. Yes, Tiffany's is the WWE Women's belt. Wait. WWE Women's Champion. Yes, and then there's the WWE, and then there's the Women's World Champion. I hate the names of these belts. at least the Raw belt. The Raw belt is ass. I hate that damn belt's name. Just call it the World Heavyweight title. I know they're not heavyweight division. Doesn't matter. Finn Balor won. I'm not Finn Balor. Rey Mysterio won the belt. He wasn't heavyweight. Seth Rollins won the belt. He wasn't considered a heavyweight. Edge won the belt. He wasn't considered a heavyweight. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Who cares if they're not heavyweights? Just call it the dang World Heavyweight title or like the Women's World Heavyweight title, something like that. That's what I'm gonna start calling it because I do not care. I think Rhea was the first one because I think it wasn't it at. Was it the same time that Seth got his revealed that one also got revealed? Might have been. Can't remember, to be honest. It might have been. But yeah, no, Rhea's run was just whatever. Maybe we just need like a top tier run with that belt. Because Rhea's run was cool, but no memorable matches at all. Nothing. Not a single match. The Becky match was the only great match. That was the end of the feud. I mean, that was the end of the run. Liv's could have been cool. The booking was horrible. Especially the booking of just that particular feud in general, that Liv Rhea feud. If we would have had more matches for Liv, maybe it would have been a bit cooler, but we didn't do that. But yeah, no. I mean, you know, maybe like Charlotte will come in, maybe somebody will come in and just save that belt. Because that belt does need a little bit. I mean, actually, well, to be fair, no, that belt feels a lot better than the WWE. Gosh, the WWE Women's Championship. I like the belt a lot more. It just looks cooler. I've also always liked the World Heavyweight Championship more than the WWE Championship because it looked way cooler. That's why I don't want the belts done, but I kind of do want the belts just to be done as well, like just having one belt because kind of tired of the whole two belts thing. But I guess you do run into that issue of you would have to have your main star either going to both shows or you got to have people from other shows going to that show, which is what I think we did with Randy when he won the belt. If I'm not mistaken, I think Randy usually... No, I think a lot of the stars from SmackDown around that time went to Raw, or Randy went to SmackDown, or Randy was on both shows. I could be mistaken, but I think either... I'm almost positive Randy went to both shows with the belt. But yeah, we could end up doing that again. We really... I mean, hell, we could have done that with Roman when he had both belts, but we didn't. And I heard Seth talking about that in an interview with Chris Van, is it Vliet? I always forget how to say the last time, the last one. But he said in an interview that Raw was really hurting around that time. Raw was only hurting because they didn't want any of the superstars to go to SmackDown to go challenge for the belt. Which, you know, if you would have done that, maybe people wouldn't have called Roman's reign so boring. Maybe they would have said, "Oh, it's a lot better than we thought it was." Which is weird because you had Seth always going back and forth. And you had Seth talking about how he wanted to go face Roman so much, even when he was on Raw and all that. So I don't know, man. Yeah, nah, it's just, I don't know, something needs to be done. Because I just want SmackDown to be saved. That's all it really is. Because I always like SmackDown more than Raw. I don't know why. Just a part of me always liked it a bit more. Maybe because I didn't have to see Vince McMahon as much. That's probably what it was. You watch Raw, you gotta see a little too much Vince McMahon. I've gone back and I watched old SmackDowns, and I ain't seen Vince McMahon on a lot of them episodes, and it was a beautiful thing, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I ain't had to see Stephanie annoying self either, or Triple H. Never liked him. Never liked any one of those three. So not having to see them was a beautiful thing, and I like Nick Aldis a lot more than I do Baldy. Adam Pearce, who has a really, really weird IG handle. It's, I think, Scrap Daddy or something like that. Really, really weird IG handle, but all right, Adam Pearce, you weird bald man. Freaky man right there, I swear. Yeah, no, I just like SmackDown's, like, I mean, I don't like Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. I'm sorry. Wade is not interesting for me. Tessitore's cool. I don't mind him. You know, he brings a little energy, a little Michael Cole-ish. Wade is just not it for me. Not it for me. I kind of miss Corey Graves being on the main roster, to be honest. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are way, way better together. And we got Lillian Garcia on the freaking on the announcing as well, so that sucks. But I just want SmackDown to be saved, man. I miss when SmackDown was peak. I miss when SmackDown was actually cared for. You know, I'm still surprised to this day that they let Roman Reigns be on SmackDown. With Monday Night Raw being the flagship show, I'm surprised that they let Roman Reigns be on SmackDown that long. Granted, he did go to Raw every once in a while. I think that might have been like when he first got the belt or the WWE Championship, and I think a little later on in 2023 he started going to Monday Night Raw more. But yeah, SmackDown is just, it's been a whole pack of mid. I hope at some point, we do end up fixing things. I really hope so. And I hate the fact that people are like blaming Cody for this, because it's like, it's not on Cody, man. It's not. This is not on Cody. This is on poor booking. These 3 hours of SmackDown feels so long. There's no storylines. It just feels boring to me. I don't see. To me, it's not even it's not even a storylines thing. I don't care if you don't have storylines. That's fine. We don't need to always have storylines or something. Just have great matches. And that's the issue that I think people are starting to see with WWE now. And I know everybody's gonna, no, you're a mark. You're an AEW mark. Is that when WWE doesn't have storylines, the matches just don't cook for the most part. Sometimes they do cook, but for the most part, they don't. Because they don't allow the wrestlers to show off their whole arsenal. AEW, even when they don't have like a storyline for a match and there's just a match to have a match, there's an amazing match because they get to show off their whole arsenal of moves. And I love that. And I wish WWE would incorporate that. Like when they don't have much of a storyline, like that women's, like the 6 women's tag match, if you don't have much of a story, like you have no storyline there for that match. It's just a match happening just because, they all just got into it. Allow them to go a bit above and beyond. Show off the rest of their bag. Let me see a little bit more from the women in the ring. Or are you telling me that some of these women just ain't got a bag and they only got the moves that they've been practicing? I mean, it could be that too. But allow them to show off their bag more, Even like, who was it? Pretty Deadly and MCMG, they show off their bags, I can see a lot from Pretty Deadly in that match. I love that. Let me see more from Pretty Deadly whenever they're in a match. Don't just make them look like weak folk. Apollo Crews versus Johnny Gargano. Let me see more from both of their bags. I know Johnny got a bag. I know damn well he got a deep ass bag. I've seen it before in NXT. Show the bag off. You gotta show that bag off more, man. Allow them to, because you can, like, even Apollo Crews got a little more than the bag he's been showing. Let's see more. If you ain't got no storyline, you gotta put on a great match, man. You gotta put on a great match, and that's just where I feel that WWE has struggled at, because WWE loves to do these whole little you get these moves, you get those moves, and you really can't go outside of your bag, because if you go outside of your bag, you might hit a move that somebody else does, like one of our big stars does, and you can't use that move because the big star's using it. Like that's what they're doing with Penta right now, where Penta can't do for those of y'all that watch Lucha Underground or even AEW, whenever he would get you on the ropes, he would go shh and then smack the shit out of your chest. Gunther basically does that, so we can't do it. And they need to stop doing my boy Melo dirty. Oh, no, they doing Melo so dirty, man. They doing Melo so dirty. It looks absolutely disgusting. And I'm tired. Look, like I said earlier, I'm tired of the whole he's got to pay his dues BS. No, let's keep it a stack with what it is with Melo and stop beating around the bush and just admit it. I know folk don't want to admit it because they say, keep the politics out of the sports. Keep it out of sports. I don't want it in sports. Let's be real. Braun Breaker ain't get this. Lyra Valkyria ain't get this. Tiffany Stratton really ain't get this. Why it got to be Melo? Why does Melo got to be looking like a damn jobber every week? Why did Tiffany Stratton get to go have amazing Elimination Chamber runs and get, Tiffany in the bank? Why did Lyra Valkyria get to finish second in the, get to, be in the finals for the Queen of the Ring? Why did she almost get to win the Money in the Bank? Why did she almost win a Battle Royale where she finished second to Io Sky? Why did she get to go win the IC title? Why did Braun Breaker get to immediately just get thrown into the whole entire IC picture, win it, lose it like a month and a half later, or lose like 2 months later, and then win it back again 3 weeks later? Now he's a 2-time IC title champion within 1 year. But Melo got to go through all kind of hoops just to prove that he's a star? Just to prove that he has potential? No, let's be real. This guy was a first-round draft pick, and he's just out here consistently losing with no direction whatsoever. They're treating him like a bust. They're treating him like this man is DeAndre Ayton. He's not DeAndre Ayton. This man got talent. He is Scoot Henderson. He might struggle at first, but he gonna find it. He struggled at first. His mic work was not really hitting. He was a bit nervous, you could tell. Ring work wasn't really hitting. He was a bit nervous, you could tell. After about a month or so, he found it. He started having great matches against the likes of LA Knight. He had an amazing series against Andrade. Wasn't much story there, but they had amazing matches. They're super fantastic matches. Why is it that we got to treat this guy like he's like DeAndre Ayton, though? When he's not. He should be doing amazing stuff right now. Melo should be hitting for everybody. Melo should be the United States champ. You know what's so stupid? All of us thought that Melo was going to dethrone LA Knight. I had to hear. See, I've been talking about this Melo stuff for the better part of almost like 4 or 5 months now, where I've been saying that this man is getting buried. This man is getting buried. And everybody's like, no, he's not getting buried. He's not getting buried. Just trust the process. Trust the process. He's going to defeat LA Knight for the title. What happened? Shinsuke defeat LA Knight for the title. Now, Shinsuke came back with a whole lot of aura. So I'm not mad at Shinsuke winning the title. You know, I'm not mad at it. This man came back looking like an absolute dog, looking like one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. But what are we doing now? Because we ain't doing shit with Shinsuke now. Now this man just look like another fly. Now we're treating Shinsuke like how we always treated Shinsuke. We're treating Shinsuke like we always treated Shinsuke. We give him a little push, and then just give his reigns flops. Besides the one where he had Rick Boogs. I agree, he should be the U.S. champion. He should be the U.S. champion by now. He should have won that from LA Knight. If anybody was going to beat LA Knight for the belt, it should have been Melo. It should have been Melo. I'm fine off Shinsuke knowing now what was going to happen. Even then, I didn't need Shinsuke to beat Melo. You could have had Shinsuke. I mean, you didn't need Shinsuke to beat LA Knight. If Shinsuke beat Melo with mind games, perfect. The mind games didn't really hit for LA Knight, though. Like, they didn't really hit because, yeah, LA Knight has, like, a big old ego and all that stuff. But even though he had a big ego, he was still, you know, always aware. Like, he was aware of what to do with Logan Paul. And he only really lost to Roman Reigns because of outside interference. So, nah, I don't like what they're doing with Melo at all. He should have been the U.S. title, the U.S. champion by now. And if he lost it to Shinsuke like a few months later, that's fine. I don't really care, but he should have been the champion. What happened to Penta when they run out of mid-carders to line him up with? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know the direction we take him with Penta. I don't like it. I really do not like the direction we've gone because why are we making Penta a face, first of all? Because we know, like, the folks who know Penta, we know Penta, okay? We know what kind of animal Penta is. We know how amazing this dude is in the ring. We know how vicious he can be in the ring. Why are we making him look soft? Yeah, we give him the little, forgot the name of that, like, little thing where he breaks your arm. But, yeah, he has that move, but that's it. That's really it. He don't look that vicious in the ring anymore. So I don't know, to be honest. I think eventually he's going to dethrone somebody for the IC or US belt, but I don't know. I mean, he's going to be on Raw for a good amount of time, so he's probably going to take the IC belt off of somebody, or he'll be in a tag team. The US title picture is just a big mess right now. It's been a mess for a while. The mid-card scene has just been a mess. It's just been a mess, like, overall. You know, it sucks, too, because there was once upon a time where, like, the U.S. title had a lot of, like, even if you want to say that the U.S. title was never that great during Roman's reign, during, like, Roman's whole tribal chief reign, we had a lot of great stuff around that time. We had King Shinsuke, we had King Corbin, we had Shinsuke eventually get the U.S. belt. We had, no, wait, that's the IC belt? No, my bad. That was the IC belt. My bad. That was the IC belt. But the mid-card scene around that time, especially on SmackDown, was really dang good. You had Apollo Crews with the whole Nigerian King gimmick. You had conspiracy theorist Sami Zayn. You had King Corbin. You had King Nakamura. You had Big E doing his thing, just looking like an absolute tank. You had somebody else was there, and I forgot who. Not Jeff Hardy. He was on Raw. Because Jeff Hardy was in the same title pictures that Damian Priest was in, and that Damian Priest had the belt. That's what's bruh's name? Sheamus was in as well. You had Austin Theory over there too. Like, there was a time where the mid-card scene looked somewhat credible. Even when you had, like, Bobby Lashley there with the Hurt Business and all that stuff. There was a time where it looked really, really dang good, and now the mid-card scene just kind of looks like a shell. It looked like a shell of itself. Oh, you had Gunther, too, for the IC belt. Hey, baby. I know, it's the greatest hat in the world. Ah, man, the greatest hat in the world. But no, there was like a time period, though, where the U.S. and IC title, while you can say they weren't prestigious by any means because they weren't main eventing shows, they had a lot of great gimmicks in that scene. And not only a lot of great gimmicks, you also had a lot of great wrestlers in that scene as well. We even seen, like, during the Tribal Chief run, like that little 2021 to 2023, we even seen like Dolph Ziggler was in that picture at some point in time too. We need to get back to that, man. We need to get back to putting people there who may be a bit bigger name that you would say probably don't belong in this picture. They should be more in the world title pictures. But if we want to make the IC and the US title prestigious, we need to put big talents there and actually wanting them to go after that belt and not just, oh, well, this is our mid-card belt, so we're just going to put our mid-carders there. We're not going to put any of our top guys in that belt position. They should have let some of the NXT women cook in the Rumble instead of just the Divas return. I hope none of them return. I don't know if y'all seen my Women's Royal Rumble prediction video. I don't have any Divas returning. I mean, unless you want to count like Natalya and Naomi, but they're, currently on the roster as well. I don't have any of them returning. I don't have Nikki Bella returning. I don't have Brie Bella returning. AJ Lee is fine if she returns because she's AJ Lee. Paige obviously not returning. Caitlyn, I'm not mad at either because Caitlyn was cold. But don't have any of these like other ones. Like don't have Eve Marie and all them coming back, and whoever Shorty was that was with Naomi. Don't have all them coming back. I have a lot of NXT women, not a lot. I have, if I can remember correctly, I have Sol Ruka there. I have Roxanne Perez there. Jordan Grace, I think, will go down to NXT for a minute, so I have her there. I didn't have Zarya or Stephanie because I feel like they're not going to put them in the Rumble, nor do I have Cora or Kalani. I did think about putting them in the Rumble, but I didn't put them in the Rumble. Only because I was like, well, Kalani's kind of busy with Jada Parker business right now. And then you have Zarya and Sol Ruka doing, Zarya doing who knows what. I don't know what they're doing with Zarya right now. And then Stephanie's kind of busy trying to get her dang number one contender spot back. And Julia's probably not going to be in it, although it's very possible that they do put her in there because she's someone that's probably going to get called up within like a year, if not even sooner than that. I think Julia actually might hit the main roster sometime by the end of this year, to be honest. She might even lose the belt, I think, sometime by the end of the main roster and then get called up. Really hope the rumors of Alexa Bliss's returns plan on being, returns? What do you think? No, Alexa Bliss, I got her returning at this Rumble. I think she returns before Io Sky, after Roxanne Perez. We're going to have a whole little 5 Feet of Fury standoff. But no, she's definitely returning for sure. Have Dakota Kai and Cora Jade face off in the Rumble. You could. I do have Dakota Kai in the Rumble. For sure. Cora Jade I did not have happening. I think Cora's going to make a lot more appearances on TNA to start getting more of a pop for her because I think WWE noticed that this is what we need to do with Cora. We need to show her off other places instead of just trying to, build her ourselves because it's clearly just not working. Cora's never been able to get much of a pop in NXT. But if she starts getting a fan base outside of NXT, like in a TNA, and then they start traveling over to NXT, she's going to start getting more and more people around her and really being able to push Cora Jade. She's someone that probably needs to get to the main roster soon, though, because she's been in NXT for a minute now. I really hope, speaking of NXT, I really hope Nikita Lyons is not in the Rumble. I can't do it. Please do not have Nikita Lyons in that Rumble. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I think WWE should realize by now that Nikita probably just is done. But apparently she hasn't renewed her contract and she removed all WWE references from her bio the day after she was supposed to return. Oh. Damn, I wish I had known that. See, if I had known that, I probably would have still predicted her. I think she is. I think she still is. This could all be a work. So when she comes back, it's just a super big pop for her. Yeah, no, we don't need to see Maggot the Stallion in that thing, man. But now it could all be a work, though, I think, because Alexa Bliss, like, there's no way that, you know, unless, because she was really, really close to Bray Wyatt, if she's upset by the direction of the Wyatt Six and what WWE's done with them, because in my opinion, I do believe WWE has failed the Wyatt Six. If she's upset with the direction they've gone and there's some backstage stuff that possibly creative just didn't want to rock with them, I could see Alexa Bliss harboring some resentment towards WWE, but she's not going anywhere else. Like, TNA, sure. AEW, I don't see Alexa Bliss fitting in with AEW. It doesn't, like, when I look at AEW and I look at Alexa Bliss, I don't see it happening. Unless you want to do, like, Alexa versus Mercedes, which would be pretty cool, I guess, but I don't see it happening. I don't even know if Alexa Bliss has been outside of, like, ever been outside of WWE. I don't think she ever came up through the indies. I think she was somebody that was just a product of WWE. She might have been, like, within, like, her hometown, but I don't think she's ever been, like, in any kind of, like, big major promotions. No, they failed the Wyatt Six. It's been an absolute sham with what they've done with them. It's just been because of the fact that, like, you know, they kept them off TV for so long. Nobody ever alluded to them while they were gone, and there was never, like, what they should have done if you really wanted to make people fear the Wyatt Six, like, as far as, like, not even, like, just wrestlers, but fans in general, is you should have had stuff around the ring as, like, oh, well, you know, we got to take precautions in case the Wyatt Six come. You know, we can't have anybody get hurt and stuff like that. That would have been really dang cool. Keep up the whole thing going until they come back. And then you drop the whole feud with the Final Testament, which I thought was a way better feud than the American Made one was. What if there's no Alexa, no Charlotte return, but in comes Becky Lynch at number 30? Bro, if there's no Alexa and no Charlotte, I'm gonna be pissed as hell, because 1 and 2 I have are Becky and Charlotte. I'll be mad. It's crazy how we haven't seen her in 2 freaking Oh yeah, no, yeah. I know that Bray Wyatt stuff really, really hit her hard. It hit her super hard because she got really, really close to Bray Wyatt when she started working with him. So there is that. I know 2023 was probably not a good year for her at all, probably not a really good year to get out the house too much. 2024, she's probably just been trying to work on her return and all that stuff. But Charlotte, yeah, no, Charlotte's confirmed for sure. She's going to be in the Rumble. If she wasn't, though, I would be sad, because 1, she confirmed it, and 2, I literally have her winning the Rumble. I think that first feud with American Made already made people have a sour taste in their mouth, as most people wanted Gable to continue his singles push and didn't want to see him feud with the Wyatt Six. I 100% agree with you, JP. I said this. It was a horrible way to introduce the Wyatt Six. Why would you have them go against one of the most over dudes in the company, and you make all the fans realize we're burying Chad Gable again after just burying him basically the Sami Zayn and Gunther? Why would you why would you do it? Nobody's gonna get behind that at all. That was horrible for business. I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. She confirmed, she confirmed it. Didn't they say Alexa has some health issues as well? I haven't heard anything like that, so I can't confirm, I guess, or deny that. I know that she had an injury, I think, at some point, or either an injury or a baby, one of the two. No, wait, no, Carmella was pregnant. I think she might have had an injury at some point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was an injury that she had. I don't know, though. Maybe Alexa won't come back. But wasn't there a post? Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like there was a post a few months back with her training to get back in the ring. I think it was on her Instagram of her training. It might have been, I want to say that was around August to October, somewhere around there, of her training to get back in the ring. Alexa Bliss had a baby? Oh, well, shout out to Alexa Bliss, man. Yeah, I think it was around August to October of her training to get back into the ring. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, I could be wrong on that. But I'm pretty sure there was a post, though. I hope she does return, though. She's absolutely fantastic, man. I'm gonna be disappointed if she doesn't show up. Yeah, I really will be as well, because this Rumble, like, the Women's Rumble, I said it in my video. If you haven't watched it, make sure y'all go check that thing out. I said that this has the potential to be the best Royal Rumble. Like the best women's Royal, like the best Rumble of the night for sure. And I think it has the potential to be the best women's Royal Rumble ever, because this Rumble is gonna be stacked. We're likely gonna get. Let's just confirm some ones. All right. Well, some confirmations. Becky's most likely going to be in it because she was supposed to be on the Raw premiere, but wasn't on that. Charlotte's going to be in it. We're going to get Io there. We're likely, more than likely, going to get Asuka there. More than likely, going to get Alexa Bliss there. Roxanne Perez there. Bayley there. Hopefully, we get Sol Ruka and her high flying self there. Going to get Lyra there. May even get Jordan. We're also probably going to get Jordan Grace there, Bianca there, Jade is going to be there. Like, this is going to be a big Rumble. You know, it's so crazy when people say the women's division is not stacked, and then you say all the names in the women's division, showing just how stacked the women's division is. But for some reason, we got to see the same woman compete every single week. That's why it's going to be really good when we get Becky and all them back, because when we get Becky, Charlotte, Alexa, Carmella, Asuka, the main roster is going to be stacked. It's going to be stacked. I hope it's not Nikki Bella, and I really hope it's Trish Stratus, because I said Trish Stratus and Lita should return because I want to see that standoff. But I really don't want to see that standoff because, as I said in my video and my YouTube short, I want to see Liv Morgan eliminate Trish Stratus and ruin that whole Trish Stratus Lita moment that could happen, making Liv Morgan an even bigger heel than she already was in 2025. Yeah, and I just don't need to see Nikki Bella back. If I see Nikki back, I'm just gonna throw my phone. I'm gonna go pick it up afterwards, but I'm gonna throw my phone. I don't need to see her back. She did nothing for women's wrestling, but just shove it farther down than Vince McMahon had already tried to. Yeah, no, I don't need to see that. I just don't need to see it at all. I don't need to see Brie return either. Like, and if you are gonna have one of them return, have them both return, not one, not just one. But like, see, if they had Brie return, I wouldn't be mad, because then we'd likely see Bryan Danielson in the audience. If we got to see him in the audience, you know, if WWE was cool with that. I mean, I guess if AEW was also cool with that as well. And he's someone that just needs to be there. You know, he really needs to be back probably this year, at least for the John Cena retirement. The stud line needs to sit this one out, all three of them. Honestly, I need to see Sonya in it at least. Just to, like, you know, a little quick elimination. You can call back to Sonya and Naomi's feud back in 2021. But I need to see them in it. I need to see them in it. Zoe Stark is absolutely amazing. I need to see what she could do in that Royal Rumble. Shayna probably could sit it out, but I need to see at least one of them in the Rumble. I think they deserve to get somewhat of a big push this year. 2020 was the best Rumble. Women's or men's? I don't know about that. It definitely wasn't the men's side of things. I can tell you that right now. I just watched that one the other day. The Edge return was cool, but Brock Lesnar eliminated half the dang Rumble. The women's side of things, who won it that year? That was who won that year? That wasn't Bianca, because Bianca won 21. It wasn't Rhea. No, it wasn't Rhea. I don't think Rhea was in the dang company yet. I think Rhea came in 21 as well. Yeah, because Rhea and Bianca came in at the same time. Was that Asuka? That might have been Asuka that won that year. But didn't Asuka go on to freaking lose Charlotte. Nah, that 2020 men's Rumble was not that good. Not in my opinion, at least. Because the final two, that was Roman and that was Drew. The 2020 Rumble was just whatever. I'm cool off that one. Drew kicking Brock out of the ring. No, that was cool. The Claymore out the ring was cool. But like, seeing Brock just eliminate most of the dang Rumble, it was like, alright, bruh. I don't even know why the hell you in the Rumble to begin with. Charlotte won. Okay. The 2022 Rumble. Women's or men's? The women's side, that was not Rhea's year. Who won the 2022 Rumble? Because Bianca won 21, Rhea won 23. It wasn't Bayley, it wasn't Becky, it wasn't... Damn, man, it is hard to remember these dang Rumble wins. It is so hard to remember these Rumble wins, man. Especially when they added in, like, the women's side of things as well. It's just now it's 2 Rumbles a year. 2022... Didn't it... That was... Oh... I remember. Okay, yeah, I remember Brock winning. Yeah. Oh, Brock was like the freaking last entry in that Rumble, wasn't he? Because Brock lost. Wait, yeah, because Brock lost earlier in the night, then appeared in the dang match. Yeah, that was a very, very bad Rumble. No, that Rumble was awful. I remember watching that now because I was watching a lot of SmackDown and a lot of SmackDown in 2020. I was watching 2022 SmackDown a couple months ago. Yeah, now it's all coming back to me. That Rumble was a hot mess. Brock coming back for no reason just made no sense. That was that was the same year where Austin Theory just randomly appeared in the Money in the Bank and there was no reasoning either, and it was like, okay, we found out who the new Vince guy is. Oh man, the fact that the fact that had Vince McMahon not been, founded of all those allegations, we actually might have had Austin Theory dethroning Roman Reigns would have been sick. And Sasha Banks was supposed to win until Ronda decided to return. Oh man, we could have got Sasha versus Charlotte, bruh. Man, damn it. Finn Balor should defend the U.S. title at WrestleMania 38. Yeah, no, he should have. Yeah, well, that's a part of what I say about the prestigiousness of the titles and defending them at PLEs. We don't really get to see it much anymore with the mid-card titles. Man, yeah, they just slapped them titles in the face. Let me end this TikTok live real quick because my phone's about to die over here. My phone was holding on by a string. And Sasha, bruh. See, okay, let me say this. Ronda versus Charlotte at WrestleMania 38 was not horrible. I don't think it was horrible by any means. It just was not great. It was not great. It wasn't horrible. Definitely a horrible decision, though, if you had better decisions. It just was not that great. Sasha versus Charlotte would have cooked, though, man. If you tell me we would have got Charlotte and Sasha in 38, oh, man. And they would have main evented, too. They would have main evented too. That sucks. That sucks so much, man. We could have got Sasha versus Charlotte one last time before Sasha ran off. Or, well, not ran off, just left the company. After, all the beat. See, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If Ronda Rousey took my WrestleMania, and took my Rumble win and WrestleMania spot, I definitely would have left that company too. Isn't she the only 4 horsewomen to not win the Rumble? Because Sasha hasn't won a Rumble. That I could think of, at least. No, because Charlotte won it. Becky won it. And Bayley won it. How many Funko Pops do I have? About like 30 here. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, Emmanuel. The I Quit match. I was trying to remember if that was the one at WrestleMania, but no, that was the one at Backlash. The I Quit match was much, much better. Here's all my Funkos. You can see them. I'm really trash at this camera. Give me a second. Yeah, this is all the Funkos I got over here. Oh, gosh. And I got more behind there, too. Yeah, I got a lot more behind there. Yeah, no, the I Quit match was leagues better. That I Quit match is really damn good. I will agree with you. The WrestleMania match was good, but the I Quit match was a fire. I actually really liked that match. And I thought Ronda I was hoping when the I Quit match happened, that's when Ronda was going to go on like a really big run that would be respected by people in WWE. Sadly, though, I don't know if she actually got hurt or what, but she kind of just got screwed over. We got the Liv Morgan cash in. I think a part of it was just Liv Morgan became too damn big, and they really wanted to just push Liv Morgan. Although, in my opinion, I would have just kept Ronda with the belt instead of putting it on Liv. Ooh, state too? Oh, man, you lucky for that. I thought you meant the WrestleMania was in your state. I was about to say, ooh, I'd be kind of mad. 38 was not a good Rumble, not a good Mania, in my opinion. 38 was... It was Brock and Roman. It was Charlotte Ronda. Was Charlotte Ronda the main event of night one? No, it wasn't the main event of night one. WrestleMania 38 match card. No, not theme song. Match card. I want to say that was not that wasn't the Rumble where that wasn't the Mania where we got Big E versus Apollo, was it? No, I think that was 37 or 36. The Usos defeated Nakamura and Boogs. Yeah, okay, I remember that. Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin was bad. I did not care for that. Miz and Logan Paul didn't care for that match. Bianca versus Becky was a really damn good match. That was an amazing match. That's right. And you know what? That's the reason why I don't love that Rumble. I understand, you're in Texas and all that. It should have been Charlotte versus Ronda, in my opinion, or Bianca versus Becky. That was the Cody Rhodes return, though. Phenomenal. Absolutely love that. We had Charlotte Ronda. Bro, Charlotte Ronda was right before Kevin Owens Stone Cold, too. That had me sick. Oh, that was the Patent Theory one. Oh yeah, we had RK Bro, the 3 most dangerous letters in the WWE. RK Bro versus Street Profits in Alpha Academy. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Wasn't that where Omos? No. Omos had already. MVP had already turned on Bobby Lashley by this point, I think. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Anything goes. The Women's Tag Team Championships. Sasha and Naomi defeated. No, wait. Carmella and Zelina won that match. Wait, what? Ain't no way. Oh, that's sick. I thought Sasha and Naomi won that match. Why is it saying that Sasha? Wait, no, wait. Yeah, no, they did. Oh, never mind. Carmella and Zelina were the champions. That's why. Okay, that's the way it's wording it. It's wording it really weird. Yeah. Sasha and Naomi defeated. I was about to say I watched that match. Defeated Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Carmella, Zelina, Edge, AJ Styles. Decent match. Better Backlash match. Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus Kofi and Xavier. Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. And then Mr. McMahon and Pat McAfee. Yeah, and then Roman Brock. That was something. That main event was something. It wasn't great by any means. See, that's my problem with 38. Like, it's just, how do you do that, man? How the heck do you give me Charlotte and you give me Ronda, 2 extremely big names, and you don't have them be the main event? You give me Becky, you give me Becky, you give me Bianca, don't have them be the main event. Like, you had 2 women's championship matches here and you don't have either one of them be the main event. That's just, you can't do that. I also thought Cody versus Seth Rollins could have been the main event as well. Like, you literally could have had Seth Rollins be there and then, to really hype up that Cody Rhodes moment. Also, Cody Rhodes came out looking like an absolute villain, and nobody wants to talk about that. This guy came back to be one of the biggest baby faces in the company, but was looking like an absolute villain in the process. Like, when I was, watching this, I was like, my goodness, man, is he going to come back and be a heel? Because he was a face in AEW. He was a heel on the indie scene. Thoughts on Hogan canceling his Saturday night appearance due to family commitments? He probably didn't want to. Family commitment, my ass. He ain't want to get booed out of that dang. Well, and then again, to San Antonio, he might not have got booed, to be honest. Becky versus Bianca should have made it. Yeah. Yes, I 1000% agree with you. If it was going to be anybody main eventing that dang show, it should have been Becky and Bianca. Their feud going into WrestleMania was absolutely phenomenal. But I will also say, no, actually, no, I'm not even going to say that. That Charlotte and Ronda had a better feud, because I don't think they did. But Becky and Bianca was just absolutely. There's my charger. It was absolute money. Punk cooked him on Raw last month. He really did, man. Shout out to Punk, man. Oh, man, you gotta love Punk sometimes, man. Like, even when you hate Punk, you gotta love him sometimes, man. Also, Alexa Bliss hasn't been part of WrestleMania since 37. Wow. Oh, that was the one against Randy, wasn't it? That was the WrestleMania against Randy, right? It was at 36. That was a really cool-ass WrestleMania match with Alexa and Randy. That was honestly one of my, favorite matches of Randy's. No, that was not. That was, 37 was... No, that was Randy versus The Fiend. We did not get Randy versus Alexa. No, we had a really weird card. Let me see this card real quick. I forgot about this Rumble. Bro, I can't even get the cool pictures. Bianca defeated Sasha. Was that not the main event of the night? I thought that was the main event of the night. I thought Bianca and Sasha was the main event. I could have sworn that was the main event. Yeah, no, that. Oh, wait, no, yeah, no, it was the main event. I don't know why it's not showing it as the main event. Seth Rollins versus. Oh, yeah, that was when Cesaro kept swinging around Seth Rollins. He just kept swinging him the entire time. And Seth Rollins was getting so mad about it. Cesaro was low-key a big menace in 2021, man. I really wish we would have done more with Cesaro during that time and made him like a at least like Intercontinental champion around that time. He was so amazing, bro. Like Cesaro, I will say that I don't fully disagree when people say Cesaro doesn't have much charisma. I don't fully disagree with that because he has a very basic look to himself. But man, Cesaro, if you let him be a face and you just let him be goofy as he can be and like show off his real personality, bro, the way he was when he was just swinging around folk, it was so funny. There was what is this match? Is this a women's tag team match? Oh, Riot Squad. I think Peyton Royce and Carmella. I think it's Peyton Royce. I don't care for that. No one really care for that match. Oh, yeah, we had Damian Priest and Bad Bunny versus John Morrison and The Miz. Had a steel cage match between Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. How the hell did we have that match happen of all things? 21 was... Why are they not? Wait, what? Oh, this is the picture leading up to it. I was about to say, because 21, we had Roman versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Theory and Waller should beat the War Raiders for the tag titles. I kind of wanted only one. You know, this would have been the easiest way to break up Theory and Waller. Just have one of them get sent to Raw. They've been pushing the breakup for an entire year. Just have one of them go. I don't know why they didn't. You could have made them both be faces if you really wanted to. Split them up. It's not that hard. You have a transfer window. Why didn't you just split up Austin Theory from Grayson Waller? I truly believe it's because they do not want Austin Theory to get over. I think because he has too much ties to Triple H. If he gets over... not Triple H, Vince McMahon. If he gets over, people are going to start mentioning that name, Vince McMahon, just a bit more. They're going to start mentioning it. So I think either A, they're just waiting for the heat to die down, the potential to die down. Maybe they're going to give it like another year or two. Or B, we ain't never going to get that damn breakup. Yeah, we ain't never going to get that damn breakup at all. But I think... Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods should have thrown the War Raiders. It shouldn't be Waller in Theory. You have to do something with Kofi and Xavier. You know, that whole big turn they had on Big E. You gotta do something with it. If you're not gonna do anything with it, it's just a slap in the face to Big E. Oh, okay, it's the way that site was showing it. Yeah, it was Sasha and Bianca. Randy versus The Fiend was also really good too, but Randy versus Alexa Bliss was, oh man, that was cinema. I forgot we had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn once a damn again. How many times are we gonna get this match? My goodness. Like, why? We don't need this to keep happening. Yeah, 37 was when we got Apollo Crews versus Big E. That was a great match. A lot of folk hated on that match, man. It was good. I loved it, man. They are not getting the tag titles again. They already done everything. True, but you gave them this big old turn. You gotta do something with them. Plus, they're one of the, like... I feel like with the fact that the New Day have not done anything for the better part of 3 years now, people are not giving them the credit they deserve. Like, I'm seeing the Usos be up there as the greatest tag teams of all time, but I'm not seeing the New Day. And it sucks because the New Day are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Rhea Ripley beat Asuka for the belt. I forgot about that, to be honest. Yeah, there was Roman Reigns versus Edge and Daniel Bryan. That picture just wasn't showing it. Was it 36 when Randy fought Alexa Bliss? Honestly, I don't know why the New Day didn't break up. Could have done that by now. I think they should get the tag titles. They feel fresh right now with this heel turn. Yeah, they feel so fresh with this heel turn. I feel like you have to put the belts on them at least. Yeah, they need one more run. The New Day need one more run to really solidify themselves as like one of the top tag teams of all time. I was about to say there's no way that kicked that off. I thought Cesaro versus Drew Gulak kicked off the night. Wait, is that? No, that's a kickoff show. Okay. We had 36 was weird. We had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. I forgot Kairi Sane was even in WWE at that time. Elias and King Corbin. Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler for the Raw Women's Championship. 36 was weird. Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. But Sami Zayn had Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura on his side with Drew Gulak on Daniel Bryan's side. I need to go back and watch this time period because what the heck are these teams? What is this? Wait. Huh? What the WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championship Triple Threat Ladder Match of John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Jimmy Uso. Where are the tag teams? You ain't telling me it was Kofi and Jimmy Uso in a tag team. Bro, I need to go back and watch 36 because what is this Rumble? This Rumble is actually sick. I mean, not Rumble, this WrestleMania. What is this? Was this a triple threat tag team match without the other member of the tag team being in it? I need to go back and watch that match. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins had a no DQ match. I totally forgot that Gulak and Bryan were put together at one point. Same. Mojo Rawley versus... Bro, I forgot about Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley versus R-Truth for the 24/7 championship. Braun Strowman versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. I think someone got COVID so they could just... Oh, that's... Well, John Morrison won it. And then I remember the cinema match. The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Yeah, I forgot about that damn thing. The next night, we had Charlotte Flair versus defeated Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship, one of the sickest moments in WWE history. Rhea literally said it almost made her quit wrestling. We had Aleister Black with defeats Bobby Lashley, even though he had his little snow bunny there, Lana. Oh, yeah, that's when Bobby Lashley took Lana from Rusev. Forgot about that. Funny times. Then we had MVP and Lana kind of feuding with each other because MVP was trying to get Lana away from Bobby Lashley and all that. Oh, man, it's a weird time. We had Otis defeat Dolph Ziggler with Sonya Deville at his side. We had a last man standing of Edge and Randy Orton, one of the best matches of all time, too. That Edge and Randy Orton match does not get as much credit as it deserves. It is such an amazing match, man. It is one of the best Randy Orton matches of all time. Randy versus Edge, that's one of Randy's best feuds of all time. I really hope when Randy retires, if he retires, like, let's say next year, I hope Edge isn't still in contract with AEW because although we're not going to get Edge and John Cena to have a match this year, I need to see an Edge and just Randy something next year. I need to see something between these two because, bro, that 2020 feud was so damn good, man. It was so good. Randy was a complete menace going after Christian and I think we even went after Ric Flair at some point too. Rob Gronkowski defeated Mojo Rawley for the 24/7 championship. We had Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Oh, yeah, that's when Austin Theory he was in that little team with Angel Garza, Andrade, and Zelina, the old Legado del Fantasma. WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Fatal 5-Way Elimination Match. Bayley, Sasha Banks, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Tamina. Bayley, Sasha, Lacey, and Naomi eliminate Tamina. Sasha eliminates Naomi. Lacey eliminates Sasha. Bayley eliminates Lacey. That is sick. Lacey eliminated Sasha? Oh, brother. Firefly Funhouse match, Bray Wyatt, John Cena. Another pretty dang good match. And then close off the night with Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. We don't need to look at 35. 36 was weird, but it had some potentially interesting matches. They need to reveal who attacked Jade already. I guarantee you it was Naomi and Bianca. They're kind of like teasing that. It was either Bianca and Naomi, or it was just Naomi and Bianca was there to help with the attack. One of the two. Or not there to help with the attack, but I think Bianca might have. I think the reason why Naomi attacked Bianca was because of the fact that Bianca just couldn't do it. I think they're going to play into a lot of those rumors that Bianca and Naomi have all this backstage beef and all that stuff and yada, 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 all that, you know. And then they're going to really play into that, and we'll get the Bianca versus Jade match at WrestleMania. I said before, this WrestleMania has the potential to either be a freaking snooze fest or a really dang good WrestleMania if done right. But I feel like it's going to potentially be a snooze fest. I feel like there's going to be a few matches there that are really good, but for the most part, we might not get the matches that are like, you know, top tier by any means. Yeah, I hope we do get some good matches, though. I hope this WrestleMania we don't. We're probably going to get one gimmick match, so I don't mind that, but I would love a closing match to Final Testament versus the Wyatt Six, but they're probably not going to do that. So we're going to have the... I wonder who is Miz going to link with, because the Wyatt Six are still going after Miz. Who the heck is he going to link with on SmackDown? Legado del Fantasma? Oh, brother. Talk about burying the Wyatt Six and Miz. Which big names do you think could miss out getting on the Mania card? Seth Rollins is going to be an interesting one, because if he's not fighting Punk, I don't see much else for him to do. I would find it hard that you did not have. I would find it hard to believe that Seth Rollins wouldn't be on this Mania card. But I could see the potential of him not facing Punk and just not having anything. I mean, Drew McIntyre is there, but they're likely going to make the Crash Out trio. So it's like, I don't know what the heck's going to happen with that. Drew McIntyre is also another interesting one, because if he doesn't face Roman, probably doesn't face Jacob Fatu, because there'd be no reason for that. Doesn't really face anybody else from the old bloodline. What does he do? Like, there's a few guys going into this Mania that I just don't know what they do if they don't do what I thought they were going to do. Because what I think is going to happen is this. Two potential routes we can go with Roman Reigns. We could do Roman versus Drew McIntyre at Mania. I don't think that should happen, though. I think we should go Roman versus Seth at Mania, because of the fact that we can finally get the big match feel for this dang feud that's been going on for 10 plus years now, and get a hopeful closing to this feud as well. I think we need Drew versus Jimmy, because Jimmy deserves to have a big, something big this year. Or we could go Drew versus... No, we need KO versus Sammy. This way we don't leave anybody off the card. We'll leave nobody off. But Roman won't be in a top match. He won't be in any main card, any main title pictures, which could be fine. But it kind of sucks for Roman, I guess. But, maybe, just 1 year without being in the top spot is fine for Roman. It really does work on his whole character as well, because, it allows him to kind of, really feel like how he needs to go through this whole redemption arc. I think they're going to do KO versus Randy at Mania. I think so. I've heard the possibility floating around of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn at next year's Mania, where Kevin Owens has the belt on him. That'd be interesting, to say the least, if they actually did put the belt on Kevin Owens. Like, they legitimately put the belt on to Kevin Owens, and they had him versus Sami Zayn. Oh, well, people said that because they're saying that Sami Zayn might win the Royal Rumble next year because it's in Saudi and all that, and he get an extremely big pop. I could see that happening. For sure. Adam should announce American may move to SmackDown. They need to move to SmackDown, so Chad Gable can feud with Shinsuke. I said it right now. If we want to get a little un-PG with this, we probably don't need to go this route, but we could have, Chad Gable start, not crossing the line, but walking the line. He could say some things to Shinsuke that might not feel so appropriate to say, because, Shinsuke holding the U.S. title for Chad Gable might just feel a bit not right. Might feel a little wrong. You know, Chad Gable might be walking up and down and being like, Shinsuke Nakamura with that U.S. belt there. Just don't think that belt belongs to you, Shinsuke. Think that belt belongs to someone like me, you know, someone that's American made, not someone that's non-American. Like, see, you gotta border the line, you gotta cross the line a little bit, you know, or tiptoe the line. You gotta tiptoe the line a little bit. Don't go too over and start saying slurs. You know, don't say that he can't win it because he's not from here. But you can tiptoe the line and basically say you can't win it because you're not from, or you can't hold it because you're not from here without saying you can't hold it because you're not from here. With next year's Rumble being in Saudi, it could happen with Sami. Yeah, it could. Another big name I could see potentially being out of the Mania picture this year is Becky Lynch. I don't think she's going to be able to find a way to get onto the Mania card, which is going to suck because if you bring her back at Rumble. Well, no, I think Becky Lynch might fight Lyra. So, not Becky, my bad. Bayley. I just remembered that I had Becky versus Lyra. Bayley, I could see fighting at Stand and Deliver, fighting Roxanne Perez. I think Roxanne Perez might have an even slower call up, just to give her a little more time, you know, and allow Bayley to get like her Stand and Deliver moment because they want to give Bayley that moment. That'd be good for Bayley. She doesn't need to be on WrestleMania this year, so she's a big name that could not be there. Nia Jax could end up not being there as well. If Sami win the Rumble next year, I might quit watching. Damn. Oh, man. If he wins the Rumble next year, it's not going to sit good in my stomach because I know the only reason he's going to win the Rumble is because Saudi wanted him to win the Rumble because they love Sami Zayn so much. And it's like, okay, look it, man, I'm here for the fans and all that stuff, man. The fans should get things that the fans want. But, bruh, the fans ain't getting that because the fans want it. Sammy's getting that win because Saudi paid for it. And it's just like, bro, what is WWE becoming paid to win? The heck is this, a freaking gotcha? No, we ain't doing this, man. I can't do this. So, I can't see Sami winning just because of that. LA Knight could low-key miss Mania. Don't really see. Oh, yeah, no, he's another person, too. I think LA Knight falls off this year. I think 2025 is the fall off of LA Knight. And I don't know if y'all follow Nico on TikTok, but I think in about a year or so, he's going to end up making a rise and fall of LA Knight video. I'm going to try to beat him to it, though. But I think he's going to end up making a rise and fall of LA Knight because it's going to happen. It's done. The LA Knight run it's over. I think it missed its mark by a good amount of time. It should have probably happened in 2023. It probably should have happened in 2024. Didn't do either one of those years to really put him on top anywhere. I feel like you could have gave him the World Heavyweight title instead of Gunther. I know Gunther was a very big presence, but you could have just gave it to LA Knight at first and then had, Gunther win it, but didn't do that. You went with Damian Priest. And, yeah, look it. I love Damian Priest. I think he's a really cool dude. I love his story and all that stuff. He didn't need to win the title, though, because you're not going to do anything with him now. He's not going to be in any top pictures anymore. He's not going to probably hold a title anymore. Now he's on Smackdown. He's definitely not winning the WWE Championship. They're not giving him that belt. It's just not going to happen. Maybe he wins a U.S. belt for sure. He's probably someone that could also miss Mania this year unless they put him in like a fatal four-way or something like that. But like giving that belt to LA Knight and letting him hold it just for like 4 or 5 months to lose to Gunther would have been a lot better. And imagine the war of words between LA Knight and Gunther compared to Gunther and Damian Priest. The second time around, Damian Priest was actually killing him on the mic. The first time though, Damian Priest was getting wrecked. So it's like, I think 2025 is the fall of LA Knight, and a lot of us are going to say, where did it go wrong? It went wrong by missing the mark with him and not making him the 2024 Royal Rumble winner. Again, Drew McIntyre was a cool story. WWE refusing to push him. Oh, he did. Oh, but I gotta go check that out. He makes a lot of good videos. I really like his content. But yeah, no, just. I think the reason that they don't want to push him is because of the fact that they have other guys. He's too big. LA Knight is like Jey Uso. He's just too damn big of an act to not have in the main event scene, but they already have people that they want in the main event scene. They want Cody there. They want Gunther there. LA Knight's not getting there. Jey Uso, I think Jey Uso could win Saturday night's main event. I do have that happening. But he's probably only going to hold the belt for a month and then lose to Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins faces Punk at WrestleMania. Yeah, could have given him the Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank. Feel like the ship is slowly sailing away. And you know what sucks too? It's like, you could have at least like gave him the Money in the Bank and did the same thing you did with Drew. I mean, with Damian. He don't gotta, like, he doesn't have to just like cash it in multiple times. He could have just held on to it. Or, like I said, before the freaking Money in the Bank this past year, could have had LA Knight win it there. You didn't need Drew to win it. Drew had a valid reasoning if he went out to that ring and said, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, I want in this match. I got screwed over. I had you beat, Damian. Could have just done that. Could have had CM Punk interfere like that. We didn't need to have Drew McIntyre get the belt, get the Money in the Bank, cash in on a match, and then have CM Punk interfere. Didn't need that. He already had a valid reasoning for being in the match. Then you could have given LA Knight the Money in the Bank contract, and you could have had him jump ship to Raw and go cash in on Gunther eventually, which is crazy because right now is probably the best time for somebody to cash in on Gunther. I think after the the Damian Priest Finn stuff, you could have had LA Knight cash in right there, or could have had him cash in before. Could have had it happen in the match. Because right now is Gunther's probably lowest, where people are like, after the Sami Zayn stuff, people kind of just fell off of Gunther, and it's like, this would be the perfect time to put LA Knight into that World Heavyweight title scene. This would be the perfect time to put that belt onto LA Knight. Probably not gonna, can't do it though. Can't do it because there's no Money in the Bank. There's nothing. And I know, unless WWE just really doesn't want to push LA Knight, I know they regret not putting that dang Money in the Bank on him. You think Chelsea Green loses the title next week? No. Nah, I think Chelsea Green, I didn't put this video out over here, but I think Tamina ends up making an appearance at, I think Tamina is going to be, what's her name's bodyguard. Chelsea Green, I think Chelsea Green's going to hold the belt until Mania, and she'll lose it at Mania. LA Knight could have cashed in right now, had a short little run till Mania. Exactly. He could have cashed in, like, he legitimately could have cashed in, let's say, after the Damian Priest stuff, held it for, because that match happened when? Saturday night's main event. That happened in like early December. Could have had him cash in there after the match, wins it, holds it for the rest of December, all of January, all of February, loses it by March to Seth Rollins, sets up Seth Rollins, CM Punk. That's a fine reign. January, February, March, 3 months, about 3.5 months, because you got the last 2 weeks of December. It's a nice reign to me. Doesn't need to be 5, 6, 7, 8 months. It's perfect. And then, now we established LA Knight as a credible champion within WWE. They didn't do it, though. And Gunther needs a fresh set of challengers, and LA Knight would have been perfect for that. Would have been perfect for that, man. Would have been perfect. Or you just allow Gunther to kind of go away for a minute as well and kind of get back to being like a credible threat within that division, within like this the top spot division, or just being a credible, just looking like a credible threat in general. Because right now he kind of just look like whatever, especially because the fact that he's been helped twice now by Finn Balor. Doesn't look that credible in my opinion. Yeah, no, they dropped the ball on LA Knight. Slowly dropping the ball on they're dropping the ball on Jey Uso too if he does not win. If he does not beat Gunther for the belt at Saturday night's main event, drop the ball on him. You drop the ball on him. Who else they dropping the ball on? I think it's really just LA Knight and Jey Uso, because you put the belt on Tiffy, you put the belt on Cody, you put the belt on, you gave Damian a nice little run with it. You even got him back into the title picture at some point. Didn't really drop the ball with any of them. It's just really Jey Uso and LA Knight right now. I guess you're kind of dropping the ball with Chelsea Green by not giving her bigger challengers for the belt. But to be fair, if you give her any other bigger challengers, they're very likely to beat her. Like if you give her Bayley or something like that, yeah, Bayley probably beats Chelsea Green right now. I guess you're kind of also dropping the ball a little bit with Tiffany Stratton, though, because she has no matches. Like, realistically, when is the next Tiffany Stratton championship match? Mania against Charlotte. That's the next Tiffany Stratton match. I don't see her fighting at Elimination Chamber. Like, in the chamber? Hell no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to. If we're not getting Tiffany versus Nia, we damn sure ain't getting no Tiffany in the Elimination Chamber. She could fight Nia at the chamber, but fighting Nia at chamber and then fighting Charlotte at Mania, we going to do that? Probably not. So, yeah, no, I think Tiffany Stratton does not have a match. Does not have at least like a championship match until Mania. They're dropping. Oh, yeah, and they're dropping on Carmelo, too. Yeah. Carmelo Hayes. You know what? No. Let's go even further than that. Carmelo Hayes, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker has two IC titles right now. Both runs have been boring as hell. You've done nothing with both runs. Done nothing at all. Now, Saturday night's main event could change all of that, you know? It could change all that. He could have a fantastic match against Sheamus. But if you don't, just drop the ball with him too. Same thing with Rhea, to be honest. And I hate when people say like, oh, you know, give it time. Oh, and the Wyatt Six. Well, Ilya got hurt, so there's that. But like, how much time do we have to actually give it? How much? Because y'all said give it time with Carmelo Hayes. It's been almost an entire year now. How much time do we got to give it with Carmelo? Like, he ain't done much. He had one title shot. Yeah, that was it. He didn't have any other ones. No, he might have two. I think it was both against LA Knight, but one got interfered on. Like, he's just getting buried every week. Like, how long do we have to wait? Like, you're telling me I got to wait? Like, here's my thing. So I'm a writer. For those of y'all that don't know, I have a novel out. It's called M.O.V. You can read it in the beacons, in the description, and all that stuff. One thing I know as a writer is that your beginning matters. Your very first page, your very first chapter, your very first volume, these matter. The beginning of your run as a champion matters. If it's not interesting, nobody's gonna care. Sure, you may sure you may get some great feud down the line, but people are gonna remember the first 5, 6, 7, 8 months of your reign being boring. And sure, Tiffany Stratton just started. But if she doesn't have a Mania, she doesn't have a big time championship match until Mania, from now until Mania, dude, what are we doing with Tiffany Stratton? What was the point of taking the belt off of Nia? Could have just kept the belt on her if that was the case. What are you doing with Braun Breaker? His beginning has been just decent at best. Great feud with Jey Uso. That's about it. And with Jey Uso, we had Jey Uso low-key expose Braun by saying your reign is going to be shorter than your NFL career. Well, damn, we went down that route. And now, look at it. Look at him now. I think ever since that promo, he hasn't been the same. So it's like, you know, the beginning of a reign matters. The beginning of a push, the beginning of your main roster story matters. And look, I understand people say like, oh, well, John Cena. John Cena is a 1 in a million. John Cena's a 1 in a million, man. We can't just say, oh, well, John Cena got beat a lot. Oh, well, John Cena didn't have the most interesting first reign. Well, John Cena is also one of the greatest of all time on the damn mic. Might be the greatest of all time on the mic. The greatest wrestler to come out of WWE. Like, he's an enigma. It's like saying, oh, well, we know LeBron, his first year, it was whatever, man. The team sucked and all that. That's LeBron freaking James. That's LeBron freaking James. We're going to compare everybody to LeBron James, and damn, everybody going to be a generational talent. We ain't going to have the word generational even matter. It can't. Some people need big pushes to start. Melo, I think, needed a big push to start. He got a big match against Cody, but we didn't go anywhere with there. We didn't go anywhere after that. We put him in a feud with LA Knight, like a little mini feud. He got smoked every single time by LA Knight. Oh, no, Jay be cooking on the mic. People say he can't cook on the mic. People say that he's like a bad mic worker, and I'm just like, huh? Like, huh? Jey Uso, a bad mic worker? Oh, Lord. No, he can cook. Is Jimmy a bit better on the mic? Yes, I think Jimmy is a bit better on the mic. But Jey Uso can cook. Like, let's not act like because someone else is better than somebody that they just can't cook. Like, If you're like I think AJ Lee is a better mic worker than CM Punk. My personal opinion, just my personal opinion. Does that mean that CM Punk sucks? No. I've just seen AJ Lee do more with less time than I've seen CM Punk. I've seen AJ Lee do more against less competent mic workers than CM Punk. That's why I say AJ Lee is so much better, because her pipe bomb, 6 minutes, really only 3 minutes. CM Punk's pipe bomb, 12 minutes. In 3 minutes, she cooked the entire Divas division. In 12 minutes, he cooked John Cena. I mean, he cooked the entirety of WWE's whole entire thing. He cooked all of WWE. But that doesn't mean that someone's worse. That doesn't mean that CM Punk is like the worst mic worker, because I think AJ Lee's better. I think CM Punk is top 3. I think it's John Cena, CM Punk, AJ Lee are the top 3. But I think so when it comes to Jay, I don't think Jay's horrible on the mic. I think he's just not as good as Jimmy by a little bit, by just a little bit. And I also think Jimmy's a bit better in the ring too. But I mean, like, it ain't anything wrong with Jay though. Jay's really good in the ring. Triple H better not fumble Oba when he gets called up. I could see it happening. I could see it happening because of Gunther. Gunther's reign has just been cool. I think WWE might look at Gunther and be like, Oba's basically just Gunther. He's just Black Gunther. What do we do with that? And should we really, should we always be so optimistic? Should we always be? If we've seen what's happened multiple times, especially with PLC, especially with Black wrestlers, should we be so optimistic about Oba Femi? He's having a great NXT run. I seen Carmelo Hayes have a great NXT run. What happened on the main roster? Got buried. If Oba Femi does not come on the main roster and is not dominant from the jump, throw the whole thing away. Just let Oba Femi go back to NXT or go to TNA or go to AEW or Ring of Honor or New Japan or wherever. Go back to football. Because ain't no way. Oba Femi should come in and dominate day one. He should dominate day one. I don't think he should get to the title picture real quick. Let him just dominate. Let him be an unstoppable monster on the main roster. Bobby even said it himself on Chris Van Velt's podcast. He liked Vince booking better. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think, Vince McMahon is one of the most disgusting human beings on this planet, and he can rot in hell for all I care. Booking-wise, he has done just a bit better. He's done better, especially with, you can call Vince, man, if Vince McMahon is racist, what the hell is Triple H? Because Vince McMahon, he's done way better, especially when it comes to PLC wrestlers. And then now we got to look at Kofi Kingston, obviously, and say, well, he got 6 months at least, though. He got 6 months. I'll give him that. He got 6 damn months. Bobby Lashley was one of the biggest acts on Monday Night Raw. Hurt Business was one of the biggest things on Monday Night Raw. Oba needs to dominate right away and not jobbers. Yeah, no. Oba needs to be dominating top talent. Oba needs to be like Gunther and just dominating whoever, not top talent, but Oba needs to come in, and I hate that this is gonna happen. He needs to dominate against people like Carmelo Hayes. So it means he's gonna lose the belt if Carmelo Hayes has the belt around that time. Let's say he goes to SmackDown. He needs to dominate. Oh shit. Ooh, I actually hope he doesn't go to. Well, he can't go to Raw. Oh my God, bro! When does Oba get called up? Because he can't go to Raw because Braun Breaker's there, but he can't go to SmackDown because Jacob Fatu's there, and I don't think Jacob Fatu is going to be in the top title pictures just yet. I mean, maybe by 2025 he is. But I feel like he's going to be in that mid-card spot and be super dominant for a minute. When do you actually call Oba up? 2026? 2027? Because 2026, you're still going to have some people there. 2026, you're going to have to push Carmelo Hayes at some point. I'm pretty sure that's when they're going to push him. You're going to have Cody Rhodes there. He might even get to that mid-card scene. You're going to have Roman Reigns there. He's not going to be in the mid-card scene, but he'll be in the top spot. I don't like it for Oba. It's not a good time for Braun either because a lot of the top guys are still in their prime. It's probably why it's a better idea to just kind of stay in, NXT for a little bit longer. But It's hard, man. It's really hard right now with WWE. Like, you really have to stand out. This is why, like, I kind of like that AEW has multiple mid-card titles, because you can, like, you have the TNT, the Continental, the International. If WWE had like one more mid-carder, I could see Oba getting that spot. Cause like, I don't see him in the U.S. title picture. Triple H gonna put him in a faction with Apollo and Oba. Maybe it'll cook. Man. I don't know. I mean, hey, look it, man. If you're telling me I'm getting Nigerian King Apollo back, and I'm getting Darula of NXT, and I'm getting Omos. I mean, how the hell are Darula? Well, then again, I said Ilya should have been in a faction with Gunther for a minute, and then betrayed Gunther. Oh well, turned on Gunther and dethroned him. That'd have been kind of cool. I guess if Apollo gets a title next year, Omos. No, I don't want that shit. I don't want that. Please, no. Oh, man. Omos needs to push in the mid-card division. Oh, no, he's really damn good. He's just not a good mic worker at all. But he's pretty damn good in the ring. And he's just a big threat. He looked really damn good when he was with AJ Styles at one point, too. And when he was with MVP, too. Like, there were times when Omos actually looked like a credible threat, and they just kind of never did much with it. I could see the potential of Obafemi getting in some kind of team. Like, either in a tag team and just dominating the tag team division with somebody. I mean, look, are we mad at Omos and Obafemi tag teaming and just dominating the tag team division? I'm not too mad at it. I don't think it's the worst. It's not the best. I mean, the tag division kind of sucks right now, but if you push Fraxium up there, well, no, because you're going to bury the fuck out of Fraxium. I don't know, man. That mid-card spot just might be congested. It might be congested because who knows what happens with Solo. Solo might come back and turn into like Roman Reigns 2.0 and just goes on a dominant run, and now you got Jacob Fatu in that mid-card spot just holding the U.S. title down. What the heck's going to happen with Oba? Can't put him on Raw because Braun Breaker's going to be there, and that match is just I think they're saving Braun Breaker versus Oba, so we're not going to get that match at any point. Yeah, they ain't going to do that anytime soon. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting for Obafemi and what they decide to do with him. Do you think when Trick gets called up, they could put Melo and Trick together again? I can see the potential. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna lean towards no. Because you already did like the whole reunion stuff with Roman and them. You had Cody and Roman working together. I think Trick and, I mean, unless they do like a whole like story of like Trick and, Melo getting back together, like getting back to being cool and all that stuff, and they really just like work through a lot of the stuff that they like, that they dealt with and all that. Maybe I could see it. It'd be pretty good for Melo to at least get, potentially within the title pictures by having them tag team together. I don't know how much I fully love it, but I don't hate it by any means. I don't hate it. I just don't know if I fully love it. But it'd probably be like the best thing to do with Trick because there's not really going to be much else. And Trick does need somebody to help him. You know what I don't like that though for Melo? Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are the same damn age. You telling me Carmelo Hayes has to sacrifice his potential singles run just to help another 30-year-old, to help someone his age, because the man that's his age just couldn't, improve his mic and ring skills quick enough, like Carmelo has. Because Carmelo Hayes started off pretty rocky, and got super good super quick. Trick Williams never got to that spot, so it's like I don't like that for Melo just having to kind of do that. Oh, man, Melo should have went to Raw for sure. He for sure should have went to Raw. It would have been perfect, man. It would have been perfect. Monday Night Melo. Oh, man, that hits like crack in the 80s. Oh, my gosh, man. Monday Night Melo would have just been It'd have been Fuego. I wonder if there could have been a tag team for Melo to be in, or like a faction. I think Melo could create a faction. What if we get Melo, Trick, and Oba in a faction? I don't know, man. All three guys competing for the top spot, though. That's going to be weird. Oh, man, that would have been so weird. Melo, Oba, and Trick. What a faction right there. Yeah, nah, going to Monday Night Raw kind of sucks for Melo, too. But you know what they could do with this whole TNA partnership? They could always send guys to TNA. They could always have guys go over there, you know, work on their skills and stuff like that, really build themselves up. And Carmelo Hayes, I think he's someone that I feel could go to TNA, and it's not going to hurt him at all. Trick Williams has been painted to be a main event star, a main event guy. One of the guys that potentially going to carry Raw or SmackDown for the future. I think he can't do it. Carmelo Hayes, though, he could go over there because he's not painted in that light. He's painted like he has potential. We all know he could be a main event guy, but WWE is not telling us that. They're telling us that with Trick Williams, with what they do with him. So I could see Carmelo Hayes potentially going to TNA for a minute, or at least being over there a bit more as well, working over there, having feuds, and really just building himself up over there. Like, I could see a Melo Joe Hendry feud right now. And I think that would be perfect for Carmelo Hayes to really build himself up and start getting more of a following behind him. Because there's a lot of people that just need following behind him. I said it earlier in this live stream that I like Cora Jade going to TNA because that helps her get a following behind her. And now because Cora Jade's extremely talented. I don't care what people try to tell me. She's extremely talented wrestler. She has an amazing, amazing hidden blade. Go watch the 2022, I think Iron Survivors Challenge. She has an amazing hidden blade. That thing hits. It hits. Oh my gosh. So they need to. I think they need to take advantage of that and take advantage of the fact that TNA is basically like a mini NXT in a sense, and then you could send people over there and they could get a following, bring them back, and now people are going to really want to see them because they're people who, you know, want to see them because they finally built up a following. Melo, Theory, and Waller would be a great faction. That'd be a pretty interesting faction. I'm not totally against that faction, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm not totally against that faction. It's a bunch of guys that kind of are built the same, have the same exact personalities. And I think that would even help Theory eventually turn because you could have Waller and Melo really, you know, kind of go at Theory a lot because Theory's kind of like the weak link of the group in a sense. I can see that. I was on the Trick hype train, but his 2 title reigns made me jump off. I was expecting improvements, but that didn't really happen. Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I didn't get much improvement from Trick. I didn't feel like he's a guy that could really, you know, carry a division. And I'm going to be real with you. If you can't carry NXT, there's no way you're telling me you can carry the main roster. Now, to be fair, Roman Reigns was never big in NXT. Roman was never big at all in NXT. He really, really struggled. So maybe you could look at that, but that kind of goes back to that person's an anomaly. You know, like Roman Reigns is similar to Cena. They struggled, but Roman got into the Shield. We're not putting Trick Williams into the Shield by any means. And John Cena could rap. Now, Trick Williams could rap too, but I guess for John Cena, it was more impressive because he's a white dude that can rap. People are like, wait, hold on. Why can this white guy actually rap pretty good? And Trick Williams can't really rap either. There's that as well. Like, Trick's matches always feel like there's something missing or they end fairly suddenly. Yeah, I feel you on that. I've gotten that same exact feeling from a lot of Trick Williams, just not even just matches, but Trick Williams just in general. It feels like there's just more that should be there with Trick that's just not there. Like, I feel like I should see more from him, and I don't feel like when he comes out, oh my gosh, I feel the aura. Like, I am over here, whoop that Trick, whoop that Trick. Like, I'm like I am with it. But then when he starts talking or when he starts wrestling, I just don't feel it at all. Except when he had that promo against Ridge. I mean, yeah, was it Ridge? Yeah, Ridge. That was a pretty good promo. But it feels like he don't do that a lot though. Is it safe to say that that Trick Williams might be the next Ricochet, where every other 500 promos he will hit, he will just sound absolutely amazing, but for the most part, he's just probably not ever going to be a great promo guy? except he won't be great in the ring. Like that Melo trick match Dan delivered just like ended. It was so bad. That was one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life. That match was garbage. And it was literally just because of Trick. It was not because of Melo. I mean, unless you want to say like, oh, it's on Melo that Melo couldn't, carry him, but I go back to the fact that they're both the same age. You are a grown man. You're a grown adult, my guy. Come on, get your in-ring. Like, he talks this all this, I be working, all this stuff. I'm always in the lab and all that. What lab are you in? Which one? You clearly ain't in the right one. I think you in the kitchen too much with Lash. Bruh needs to work. Bruh needs to, like, the way he looks in the ring now, this is what I was seeing against Ilya. This is what I was seeing back in 2023. Like, it's the same thing over and over. He doesn't look, or not 2023, 2022. He doesn't look any better. They were fighting outside the ring for like 10 minutes, then went back in the ring, hit the trick shot, and it ended. Exactly. Because that's what they do with Trick. That's what they do with Trick. It's just, yeah, they try to hide him. But throwing him in the main event was not going to work. But with that, though, y'all, I am still a bit under the weather. I did not think I was going to be able to go 2 hours tonight. I'm glad I was able to go 2 hours tonight. Y'all have a great night. Make sure you check out the videos on the channel. I have a men's Royal Rumble prediction video coming next week. Definitely hope y'all, love that video. If you haven't checked out the women's Royal Rumble prediction video, make sure you check that one out as well. I got what is the other video I have on this channel? The big video I was working on. I was reacting to ChatGPT hot takes too. That was a pretty fun dang video. And if y'all ever got any hot takes, feel free to drop them in the comment section of any dang video. I will eventually start reacting to a lot of those hot takes as well when we get enough of them accumulated. But yeah, y'all go ahead and have a great night. We're likely going to be back here tomorrow talking about Saturday night's main event and AEW Collision as well. I'm out though, y'all.